Welcome to Pacifica Narratives, a series produced by the Pacific Islander Community Association of Washington to highlight the resilience and cultural brilliance of Pacifica peoples here in the Pacific Northwest during COVID and beyond. We come from many nations in Polynesia, Micronesia, and Melanesia, and we have been in these parts for about 200 years. We continue to lift up the traditional stewards of these lands as we work to establish cultural home, center community power, and advance the wellness of Pasifika people here in the U.S. diaspora. Our voice is our liberation.
Our voice is our liberation.
Is our liberation.
Our voice is our liberation.
Our voice is our liberation.
Ite ritae ngang philosoph senior
association with PICA-WA wellness resource navigator for our Chuukese community.
We are the co-founder of the first Chuukese Washington Women Association.
Ngā uto ri Washington nan engro tio puku tio moaru ai po sopwe ai sukun. Mi po rai fan son ngā mi po niwit tiuchuk ngā po niwit tasafan ai po kutai tufits wari for Washington. Iyo po rin ini kyo sebe rapan apang-apang rapan nid ai po tutumurur ngiri red bekir pioi iye met unomotam renike. Kiniso.
Ngeni kit tontuk ngami sili pun nanak kawe ako mikan menom sisapay sisili eke sakun alilis sisapay sili at sipu aporosa metafising ngeni kit pugitan met at sisatongeni ika at sisatufits nge Lani fanson ang ini kita COVID-19 sapan sili at sipule wewe timet sakun ang sipu feri at sipu kutta ma kutta fiti met sipu tongeni ang ekoalilis meya ipopun kit safokun aturasi met tu fitina taramas ngini kit ipopun ngami sili pun kilesen renasipu to no. We know what exactly we come out to say our stories of our struggles, and I know we are ready for the next one in the future.
We sama kiriso kot mi alisi kits no me thoughts kits mi tongeri mi yoro fan so kits mi aka fegen para rari ke mi mete kan opo furri me mete kasi potogeri kutta me yare nisin e keso ko patro sukoso. Kiri so tapor. Rek chochuk amen raturri amen nap atsipue chufegen e vatten med tots narats urri sama katso chufegen atsipue rerats muitefen reratsipue chufegen narats kokon atsipue celebrate rimete kan mi kits mi chufegen irau sur narats urri ats Weri ats tipin ats topfegen ats arinisfegen puira mosora ats urri.
Ewe rera nimeri kits berisin itei witae eines negroseki ngak finnu kuro toroas noravereri tsukste ngak miai fabiri ei waro noptsu Iwem aiwa torge keireri feritera vai pukutta areri nisisawa. Iei popun aiwa tote ike torge ireri iaiwa nomnore ireri sai tageri berrika. Iwe sakiriso unupere aiwa nomnore ireri iwe sakureri nis sawa kio so kurari nisvi katori kizaravas venoriri ivegan wawutsen upepesegeri kitsekeweirera mesevera sipwe ala paro atsaitiro tskewe kewe agagere ririer feruats ekewire kewe agagere beset boots ive tots tete ive tots waitsi non marawi ai pepesegeri kitsekeweirera sipwe aitiro tskewe feri tete miotsia pusikar pusit te pisekits ive no ai fason ive tete ia pargeri kitsats mori torong norats kewe fari.
My name's Calson Tommy Tuang. My family's from Chuuk and Yap, specifically from Yap in Outer Island, Ifaluke. And my mom's from Umon on Chuuk. And I'm 19 years old. I attend Eastern Washington University. I grew up far away from my family, so I think the challenge was being together. You know, you couldn't really be in the same spot if you didn't have the money for it. So me and my family, we kind of moved far away from all of my relatives and stuff, so that kind of took me away from my own culture. It took me away from the opportunity to learn from my culture. And so I'm 19 years old now, and I'm trying to learn more about it because I didn't have any knowledge about that because I grew up in a white town full of white kids, and I was just that one brown kid in Oregon, Corvallis, Oregon. So far, dating back to July of 2020, I started with the food drives, and then it led from one thing to another, from helping the community by giving them food, PPE needs and stuff, from King County to Southwest in Vancouver. And then it led to another opportunity of the Pacifica Wayfinders program. To me, Wayfinders is like it's a whole learning process for me. I'm getting more comfortable in my environment and getting more comfortable with who I am, my background and more stuff. I'm finding myself through other people, and it's helping guide me towards a better path, guiding me towards a better future, knowing who I am. Like it's teaching me my strengths, like not giving up on what we love and stuff, not giving up on our culture, to keep that culture going. And moving from Oregon to here, it was easier for me to express myself because I found myself through familiar faces. With people like Koa, people like JR, it was easier to communicate. It was easier to be more outspoken about myself. It was easier to be vocal when there's people around you that are similar to you. And that just goes to connect to Pacifica Wayfinders, having a group with kids in the same room with familiar faces, familiar backgrounds and stuff. My biggest hope for the youth is for them at a younger age to be able to connect to their own culture, to keep it going rather than letting it die out, and to accept who they are and love who they are.
My name is Leila Afu. I am part Tongan and part Chuukese, born and raised in Vancouver, Washington, and I am the community organizer for PICA Southwest chapter. So PICA's mission is to build a cultural home for our Pacific Islanders here in Washington. I think that looks like, us being healthy physically, spiritually, and just empowering us to take care of ourselves. For me personally, this work is deeply personal just because as I reflect on my family's journey to America, having an organization like PICA would have really helped with just our upbringing, the work that PICA does. So right now with COVID, a lot of our work has been pandemic relief, right? So just helping our communities access things like rental assistance, COVID testing, COVID vaccination, just other resources, really empower all of our islanders in the state of Washington. And so when I think of what the islanders down here need, we have a very, very large Chuukese population. And so, like I mentioned earlier, PICA is just working to create more space for those populations, empower them, and just help them realize that there is strength in numbers, and we, really need to organize ourselves if we are going to better ourselves as a community. My hope for our community, and PICA is kind of like the vessel, that we're trying to get to this hope. But it's just that our younger generations feel empowered to dream.
My name is Juanita Monesa Kim Yasu. I am from Chuuk, Federated States of Micronesia. I have been living in Vancouver, Washington for almost 10 years, or over 10 years. Airuku amen ertsiagerikit atsi akawirkit sotsuk atsi poekieki patsakuran irisit me patsakuran atsakiak. Ngagu patsak pukurawewe wai. Pun ngage beridarap mayor udibane. Iwen ore keiran ngami eki patsakurerisi pugami fokurari nuokusuri kerarirerin are porbete po fisigeri iwe saptsiwer ortsat tuburu nekewe uduban. Met evet tots ngawa merbotsen pesegeri noitskewe sebirit reboferri nare karran mats. Akawin pargeri buku nekewe uduban. Ngawa merbotsen arrepwe epetsakura igasapwer arsukun. Ilawi kere sukunan arka classroom ika repukur pakke sukun seri not feduer. Ika kageri ekar peki sukun seri arreri. Amen uruserotsia purika kisbi sukun iwe kisbi pasiri atsipwe ekiak. Iwe kisbi pasiri atsipwe eki be ferri ekwe tots epos gerikits. Kisbi patogori siviri annuk iwe seikoran kisbi patogori atsipwe pukun makkei parausats.